You just need attraction, that's all. Surrender and all, the big thing, comes later. You just need attraction. If you are attracted, then you will surrender in future. Now you just need attraction, that's all. And then, how does that attraction begin in the first place? Correct, one of the devotees said that. Who said that? This is the answer. By costless mercy of a devotee. By that the attraction begins. And one gets a costless mercy. Like that Narada boy. He got the costless mercy of the Bhakti Vedantas. So immediately the attraction began. Okay, let us see. What is the costless mercy? Any of you? Rendering service. Correct. Costless mercy is rendering some Krishna service unknowingly. The boy was told by his mother, go and give some prasadam to the Bhakti Vedantas. And, I think this is echoing, I think this one. Not prepared. No, not prepared. I think I have this mic. So, rendering some service unknowingly. That is costless mercy. Okay. What is the qualification required to receive Ajñāsakriti? That kind of getting opportunity for service. What is required? What is the qualification for getting that service? Correct. No qualifications required. Sagar said, Varun also said. Very good. Very good. All you need is, there is no qualification required for that. Yeah. So that means anybody can get service. Yeah, very good. Okay. And then how does one become a seriously committed sadhana bhakta? How do you become a seriously committed sadhana bhakti path? How does one become seriously committed bhakta? Varun is saying developing taste. Agna is saying developing taste. Okay. Yes. The more pronounced our taste, the greater our qualification. Now, when we talk about taste, if you see that boy, that Dasiputra, what he says that Tatranvaham Krishna Katha Pragayatam Anugrahena Shrinabam Manohara Tashraddaya Menupadam Vishrinpataha Priyashravasyam Gamama Bhavat Ruchi. He is saying that my Ruchi, the taste is saying. What was the taste he had, or what is the taste became stronger? He is saying Tatranvaham Krishna Katha Pragayatam. I heard the Krishna Katha. Anugrahena Shrinabam Manohara. Anugrahena means very mercifully. Those Bhaktivedantas, they allowed me to sit and speak. They told can I attend? I am actually a fallen soul. I am born in a low-class family. I am a Dasiputra. You are all great souls. I am allowed to come and join your classes. And those Bhaktivedantas said, my dear child, you don't need any qualification for hearing the Krishna Katha. All you need is little attraction, that's all. You have that attraction, you are requesting, most welcome, come and sit. So he had that little attraction. When he went and sat and heard the Krishna Katha, it became more and more attractive for him. Tashraddayame nupadam vishinvataha. With Shraddha, with great interest he heard it. Priyashravasyanga mama bhavat ruchi. The ruchi arose, the taste came. That means initially you need a little attraction. And then you get some costless mercy in the form of seva. So he heard little bit katha, and he had little attraction, then he did devotional service, and then by doing devotional service, what is the result of that? He developed attraction. So that is the point. The more pronounced our taste, the greater our qualification. Okay. But what are the qualifications for further advancing in Krishna consciousness? Now to become a seriously committed devotee, you need taste. When you have a very pronounced and strong taste in Krishna consciousness, at any cost you will be willing to do it. Like you will see that you will find there is a third class devotee, second class devotee, first class devotee. Prabhupada says in 9.3 Bhagavad Gita, you can read it. In third class devotee, Prabhupada says, he comes with some material motivations. He thinks if I come to this center, these boys are all toppers, I can also become a topper. Huh? I will also become a 9-pointer. So he comes for that. Or some boy comes, he thinks, oh, prasadam is very tasty here, very nice, so let me come here. Or some boy likes the music, he comes here. Or some boy comes for learning good habits, he comes. And nothing wrong in coming for any of these things. You can come for any of these things. But after coming, you after hearing the katha and everything, one should develop a very strong taste. And then if the taste is developed, then the motivations and all evaporate. Then you think, oh, I simply want to become a pure devotee of Krishna, that's all. One develops such a taste like that. So like Dhruva Maharaj went to forest for getting some kingdom in return from the Lord. But after seeing the beauty of the Lord, sweetness of the Lord, he gave up that attraction and he said, I simply want to be a lover of this pure, beautiful Lord. Like that he thought like that. So in this way, one has to come from a motivated bhakti to unmotivated bhakti. One will develop that type of attraction. So, what is the qualification for further advancing? Yeah. Like you say, the qualification for further advancing Krishna consciousness is not based on our intellectual abilities, but on our taste for our hearing Krishna Katha. So there are two types of boys. One type of boys are intellectual boys. They also come for the classes and all, because they think, oh, these fellows are speaking very scientifically, they are speaking something very practical, so their intelligence is convinced that yes, these classes are good. If I go, it will help me to make my life a better life. These fellows don't drink, they don't smoke, they lead a clean life, and also their philosophy is pretty scientific. Many scientists are even attracted to Krishna consciousness, let me go. So they come in that mood, but eventually also they see everything from an empirical perspective. So when we see things only from an empirical perspective, then we don't advance so much in spiritual life. Because therefore it is said, Tadvid Dipranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. We should not only Pariprashnena, ask questions, but we should do Sevaya also. We should render service. And also Tadvid Pranipatena. Pranipatena means without reservation one should be willing to hear regularly. Like we are having this 5-day, 30 minutes each day. Unless we regularly hear like this, then only the knowledge will develop. When you hear, the knowledge develops. When you do service, the heart gets purified. And then when the heart gets purified, you will ask very sincere questions. When you ask questions, then you grow in devotional life further. So inquiry, submissive inquiry, rendering service, and then what is the third one I said? Submissive oral reception. You have to hear very attentively and render some service and ask questions. Then you grow further. And then the taste gets stronger and stronger in devotional life. Not based on our intellectual ability, but on our taste for hearing Krishna Katha. So one thing has become clear in the last two questions. How does one become a seriously committed sadhaka? The more pronounced your taste, the greater your qualification. And taste for what? Taste for associating with devotees, taste for asking questions, taste for hearing Krishna Katha. That means everything is revolving around Shravanam and Kirtanam. That's the most important thing. So I have seen boys who were connected in IIT. There was one boy chanting one round. He will come to one class and he will not come for 4 classes. Again he will come for 1 class, 2 classes he won't come. He would do like that. And Gauranga Prabhu, I asked Gauranga Prabhu, hey, such a good boy he was. He was an intelligent boy, what happened? Later on Gauranga Prabhu said, 16 years later he met him in America. And at that time he had come to 16 rounds. So the boy was telling that he faced a lot of challenges in life. He was tossed in the waves of the ocean of samsara. Anadi karma phale padiba varnava jale taribarana deki upai. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that I am tossed in the waves of the karma in this world. After a lot of slaps and beats and whips and sufferings in his life, 10-12 years later he picked up seriousness. He went to some temple and got associated, and then he picked up. And Gauranga Prabhu said, I was very happy to see him now, he has come 16 rounds, he said. So some people take a long time, and the reason the boy said was, he never had a habit of hearing classes. He never had a habit of reading Prabhupada's books. He will only go to this temple, that temple, take little prasad and go back. He will not hear. So now the very moment he started hearing regularly, associating with devotees, rendering service, he started growing very fast. He came to 16 rounds and became a seriously situated devotee, perfected his life. So, okay, now, so here, how to perform some devotional practice to awaken our bhakti in my heart? Here is the answer. So if you want to awaken, in the picture you are seeing, who is this boy? He is Dasiputra, who became Narada later on. He had heard from the Bhaktivedantas how to chant, how to meditate, and he did that later on. And then he saw the Lord in his heart, Lord Vishnu. You see, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti means a systematic practice. Systematic means daily one should chant the holy names. Daily one should take darshan of the deities. Daily one should bow down to the Lord. 4 things Krishna says, Manmana, Bhavad Bhakto, Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru. If you do that, that is a systematic practice. And it is like, for example, Prabhupada says, these are the 4 regulative principles you should follow. Chanting is the process you should do. You should regularly read the books. You should hear. You all know that ABCD. A for association, B for
books,
spiritual books, Bhagavad Gita, and C for
chanting,
and D for
diet,
and E for etiquette. Yeah. So by doing all these things, this is systematic practice, and then performed by the order of a Vaishnava Guru or a superior. Yeah? Actually, if you do these things under guidance by becoming an apprentice under a devotee or a mentee, then you grow very fast. There are boys, like one boy was telling, he gets up in the morning, he sings Mangalarti, Narsingarti, Tulsi Arati, Chadu Goswami Ashtakam, he sings Damodara Ashtakam, everything he sings. And then he goes to office. At night he comes back and chants 6 rounds or something like that, and that is a sleepy rounds. Because nobody was guiding him. The moment he met a devotee for guidance, he got a mentor. And the devotee told him, stop all these things. First you chant 6 rounds in the morning, he told him. And then you do all your other artis and everything. Because he had limited time in the morning to go to office. The devotee said, even if you don't do any arati, if you are leaving for company at 6 o'clock in the morning, finish all your rounds, arati can do in the bus also, he told him. Then this fellow was wondering, really? Because he didn't know that. Therefore, we should perform it under the order of a superior, guidance of a superior. Execute it with the mind and senses. That means not only we should chant Hare Krishna with the mouth, we should engage our mind also in hearing the holy names attentively. And therefore, man mana, Krishna says. And the mind should not be allowed to be preoccupied with the day's anxieties or the weekly anxieties or the past failures and worries or the future fears. Mind should not be preoccupied in that. Therefore, we should chant a little fastly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Try to chant like this, you will be able to concentrate very well. You chant like this, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, and mind runs in between. When you chant very slowly. So chant, Prabhupada said, chant swiftly. At the same time, don't chant so fast that you swallow the Hare Hare. Hare and don't chant like that. He says, chant swiftly. Chant at a speed when you can hear, and mind cannot run here and there. So in this way, the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, one has to bring the mind also along with senses and reawakens Bhava Bhakti, ecstatic love of God. And that is lying in our, dormant in our heart already. So the first 3 steps, you see, systematic practice, performed with the order of a superior, and then executed with mind and senses. And not only the chanting. When you say executed with mind and senses, it means kaya, vacha, manasa, 3 are there. For example, if you are folding the palm and worshipping the deity, that is kaya pravritti. Yeah. And also chanting the holy name means vacha pravritti and manasa pravritti also, like that. And similarly, what is kaya nivritti? Not eating meat. That is kaya nivritti. And what is manasa nivritti? Not contemplating on sense gratification. And vacha nivritti means avoiding prajalpa. Nivritti means to give up, pravritti means to engage. So kaya, vacha, manasa, pravritti, kaya, vacha, manasa, nivritti. Both should be followed by the devotee. Yeah. See, these are the things we have to do. Please read it. Any of you quickly? In the online, anybody? Read it loudly. Chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra and following the 4 regulative principles strictly. Next.
Follow 64 regulative principles taught in NOT.
Yeah, Nectar of Devotion book. Yeah. And those 64 you can ask your seniors, they will tell you. Like in Taranamrit and bowing down to the Lord, like that, there are 64 principles. Yeah. Next. Yeah, that's already over. Next point, third point is study and discuss Prabhupada's books with devotees. Bodhayanta Parasparam. That means one should regularly, daily read at least 15-20 minutes daily. And Bodhayanta means discuss with other devotees. Next. Yeah, that means you wear the spectacles of Shastra. That means through Shastra you see the world. See all the people running in the road here and there are spirit souls. See the 3 gunas acting in this world. See people are eating meat, drinking wine and going to hell. Feel some compassion for them and give them a Prabhupada's book. See the world from a Shastra Chakshu, Shastri point of view. Next.
Seeing Vaishnava songs.
Yeah. Yeah. With knowledge of the meanings also. Like Bhajakure, Manashi, Nandanandana. This kind of songs if you sing along with the knowledge of the meaning, like Jayarada Madhava. So then while singing the songs, the devotional feeling will develop. Yeah, next.
Performing service and bowing down before the deities.
Yeah. So request your senior devotees to award you Krishna Seva and do them. So you can request, actually in ISKCON even without request also you get service. But if you request they will definitely give you service. Actually you should not just, we should not stagnate in spiritual life. We should go and beg for Seva because 3 things are important. Hearing daily is important, rendering Seva is important and asking questions is important. If you do these 3 things then you progress very fast in spiritual life. And then pray to deities begging for Seva opportunity and for spiritual progress. Yeah, I can pray to the Lord, please my dear Lord take me into your custody, engage me in your service. I want to progress in spiritual life. I don't want to stagnate. And next? Accept
all favorable items in Krishna.
This you will learn in the next class. And the next one? Reject all unfavorable items. That I will tell you now. Now I am going to show you very soon. And always keep your mind and senses absorbed in relation to Krishna. Okay? Yeah. See here Prabhupada says, Bhakti is very natural. It's not an imposition. Look at the mother and daughter. How the daughter is comfortable in mother's lap. Like that we are comfortable with Krishna actually. Originally speaking. Now we have forgotten that. Similarly, see the iron nails which are sticking to the magnet. Like that we are attracted to Krishna naturally. When the iron nails are pure. But when iron nails are covered with mud, the attraction is lesser. Now we are covered with the mud of lust, anger and greed. So the attraction is very less now. Similarly, see the red hot coal. It's covered with the ashes. Whether if you blow, the ashes will go, then the coal will glow. In the same manner, our love for Krishna is hidden now in our heart. It's covered over by the ash of the anarthas. Similarly, look at the child, baby, and then he is able to walk. So the ability to walk is innately in the child. Slowly he gets up and starts walking. Similarly in Bhakti also little by little you will pick up. And then you will be able to walk and run very easily in the path of Bhakti. Now we are in the budding stage now. Eventually the ability to do Bhakti with great love for Krishna is naturally there in us. Yeah. So now difference between Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. Vaidhi Raganuga Bhakti. Raga means pure love. And Sadhana means some activities or practices which you are doing now. Let us see the difference between the two. If you see, anybody can say, what do you think is the difference between Vaidhi Sadhana and Raganuga? As far as you know. Have you heard about it? What is the difference between we chanting Hare Krishna, attending Mangalarati, reading Prabhupada's book, all these things, and a lover of God, pure lover of God, he is doing all these things. What is the difference? Is it the same? Like we are chanting Hare Krishna, somebody else is pure devotee chanting Hare Krishna. Is it the same?
The pure devotee of Lord is complete Krishna consciousness.
Yes.
And has complete devotion, complete faith, complete love. And we are selfish So
Okay.
we were doing for own self gratification.
Yeah, actually we may not be necessarily doing for own sense gratification. We have a mixture of both. We have some sense gratification propensity, some devotion. At the moment, and that is one difference. You are right. Anybody else? One more difference? Any other difference?
Prabhuji, we can force our mind to chant or do our sadhana, whereas pure devotees, they do it spontaneously. I mean, they don't have to convince their mind or push themselves to.
Correct. They don't have to push their mind to do. They naturally, spontaneously they do. Very good. And Anand, what was your point?
Prabhu, in the end, in Kali Yuga, we have to chant the Mahamantra.
Correct.
No matter what all activities we participate in, that
Yes.
is the most important
Yes.
criteria. So, as long as you have bhakti and chant, that overcomes any other activities you engage
Yes.
in.
Correct. So you convince your intelligence like this and then you chant. Huh? Yeah. And advanced devotees who have spontaneous love, they don't have to convince themselves. Automatically they chant. Huh? Very good. Thank you. All these are right. See here. When there is no natural attraction and inspiration for practicing devotion service, that comes only from scriptures and orders. Right now you saw Anand was quoting now. That scriptures say that we should chant in Kali Yuga, so we chant. That's one reason we chant. An order of Guru. Oh, Guru has told me, so I have to do it because I have already committed in my recent camp to chant 4 rounds or 2 rounds. I have to keep it up. I have to keep my word. Like that you chant. Although the taste may not be very high, it may be a struggle for us, still we do it. Whereas in Radhanuga stage, inspiration comes from practicing devotion service comes from, the inspiration is coming from natural attraction to pleasing Krishna. There is no push required. So over a period of time, this type of taste will arise, where nobody needs to wake you up in the morning. You will jump up and run to the Mangalarti. Nobody needs to check whether you finished your rounds or not. You will do it very naturally. And chant Hare Krishna, remember Krishna and beg for Krishna Seva. Then engage your mind and senses in doing Seva. This is the essence of Vaidya Sadhana Bhakti. Daily chant Hare Krishna and try to remember Krishna as many times as possible. And beg for Krishna service from the seniors and engage your mind and senses in doing the seva, and gradually we will come to the stage of always remembering Krishna and never forgetting him. Yeah. See, this is the rule. The injunction is do something that will bring an auspicious result. And the prohibition is doing something that will bring inauspiciousness. So auspiciousness means remembering Krishna. Inauspiciousness means forgetting Krishna. Example is given here, you can see here. You see the Yajnik Brahmanas, they did big yajna, but they forgot the goal behind the yajna. On the other hand, their wives were pure devotees of Krishna. They went and served prasadam to Krishna, Balaram and all the covered boys. So therefore, Yajnik Brahmanas yajna is not considered auspicious because the goal is forgotten. Similarly, you will see another example here. One avoids all prohibitions but forgets Krishna. This Ajamila actually was a very pakka Brahmana, first class Brahmana. He rose early in the morning, he did Sandhya Vandan. He was avoiding all prohibitions of meat eating, gambling, intoxications, that's all that he was doing. But then he didn't chant Krishna's names and remember Krishna. Therefore he fell prey to a prostitute in the forest, Ajamila. Therefore, even though he avoided prohibitions, but he forgot Krishna, therefore he fell down. Yajnik Brahmanas followed all the scriptural rules and regulations, but they forgot Krishna, so they also are considered inauspicious. Which means, in both the cases there is something common. What is it? Both the fellows, Yajnik Brahmanas and Ajamila, what is common to them?
They forgot Krishna.
They forgot Krishna. That is the main point. That is the main point, common to both. They forgot Krishna. That means, auspicious, like Arjuna is fighting a battle, killing people. The killing activity is inauspicious. But he did it on the order of Krishna, so it became auspicious. I once was invited to a graveyard for one life member passed away. I said I don't go for such occasions and all. Unless they are initiated devotees, we don't go. But they said, we want you to distribute 300 Bhagavad Gitas, they said. And also give a 20-minute speech. Immediately I got ready to go. So Smashan became an auspicious place. Because you can distribute Bhagavad Gita and give a talk on Krishna like that. On the other hand, Radha Gopinath Prabhu was invited for a marriage in Mangal Karyalaya. So he asked, why are you calling me? They said, we wanted to give a lecture for an hour. So he went there. And he saw people are all dressing, dresses, very colorful dresses. They were dressing and running here and there, children, ladies all making noise. And he sat to give lecture, nobody was listening. So he got up and came back. So he was telling, it's called Mangal Karyalaya, but I was not allowed to do a Mangal activity there. He was telling. So your Mangal or Amangal depends on remembrance of Krishna. If you forget Krishna, that is inauspiciousness. That is what is said here. You can see that. So if one follows scriptural rule but does not remember Krishna, it's inauspicious. And then if one avoids all prohibitions but forgets Krishna, so the examples are given here. So Prabhupada says, if somehow or other by good fortune one develops faith in hearing and chanting Krishna's glories. That is the thing, that is the goal. So therefore we have to see this, there are fellows who get Bhogan Makusukriti, Mokshan Makusukriti, Bhakti Makusukriti. I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. So Bhogan Maku means Karmi, Moksha means Jnani, and Yogan Mukhi means Yogi, and then Bhakti Makusukriti means devotional service. So Karmi, Jnani, Yogi, all these fellows are Ashanta. We will talk about that tomorrow. And now, because I revised a little bit, therefore I could not complete the portion that I had planned for today. But I will... any one question, 1 minute I have. Any one quick question? Of course, you can write also, mail to me. I'll put my mail in the box. I'll put it. You can write mail to me if you have any. Yeah.
Yes. So I have one question. That is, if someone is chanting daily 16 rounds and he is following all the practices properly under Vedic sadhana.
Yes.
So how much on an average time will take to for transition to Ragana Bhakti?
Actually, it may take 20, 30 years also for one to come. Raga Bhakti means you have crossed Nishta stage. Anarthamriti is over, you come to Nishta. Beyond Nishta is Raganuga Bhakti. So I'll tell more about that tomorrow. That will be more clear because Raganuga I have not spoken much today. Only Vaidhi we have been speaking today.